What's up, people? Mr. Mom, bringing it at you on a Thursday, guys. Just sitting here checking out a couple planted tanks in my living room. Thought I'd make a video, talk about moss, guys. Call me Mr. Moss Tanks, because I'm a big moss guy. I love mosses. So I got a bunch of different kinds of moss in all my tanks. So I'll talk about a couple. Like, really, all I have in this tank right here is Riccia moss. Just because I'm just loving the Riccia moss, guys. And here's, this is the Riccia moss covered on the rocks. You can see it's starting to get bush, and there's a difference. I just tied, like, this piece is up here, I just tied yesterday, and they're still just kind of haven't really bushed out or anything. You know, I shoved some down in there, tied it up a little bit. Thing is with Riccia moss, I believe, guys, and I don't have tons of experience with it, but I've done some research. And the thing with Riccia moss is that it doesn't really like spread, you know, like a lot of mosses. It's not going to spread out over this rock. It grows up, right, and then gets tall, and then eventually it breaks off, and it'll just float. Like, see, I have random pieces just float. Like, there's a piece right there. And, you know, it's like kind of collecting up in this corner, but in the dead spot in my tank up here, there's no current in this corner. Look how much is already collected. But yet, I haven't lost any coverage on the rocks, which is cool. So, I haven't lost any coverage on the rocks, but yet I'm getting a collection of moss up there. That's bigger than a golf ball size of moss up there. And, you know, I've got it tied over here, and I'm not losing any coverage, which is wicked. I've got it tied to some smaller rocks, you know, and I'm going to do some more. Like this piece of wood, I got to get some tied like right here. I got to get some tied right here, just to make it look more natural. But then when the pearlweed grows in and carpets in, which is what I'm trying to do, and which it is doing right now, it is starting to grow. It is starting to turn over. See, look at the roots on that one right there. Starting to turn over. So it's doing what it needs to do. So once I get that carpeted in and the Riccia moss effect on the logs and stuff, it's going to look wicked, people. So pretty fired up about that. So that's Riccia moss, and then down here I have like the Java moss down here, you know, just growing on these sticks right here, which is wicked. I just keep trimming it low. But one thing that I want to talk about here recently, I got a couple of those, you know, those ghost crawdads, or what I thought were ghost crawdads. Love the moss in this tank. Well, J Fletch Tanks did some research on them and found out they're not actually ghost crawdads. They're ghost lobsters. And there's one right there. He hasn't really changed much since the last video you guys seen him in. He's about the same size, just doing his thing. But this guy right here molted twice, and he's gigantic now. And from the research J Fletch Tanks did, they get like 12 inches. So that's, you know, that's gigantic. They are wicked. Totally wicked. I'm sorry. But, yeah, they just get way too big. And then, look, they eat plants violently. Look at my, like the golden lodelia. They've been eating, and look at him now. He's climbing up on my moss. Getting ready to throw down on some moss. They've been trimming the moss, so they haven't been eating it bare. They've just been trimming the long pieces, which, you know, is actually working out, because that's the way I like it. But I'm sure eventually they'd get it down to the nub, and it would be a bad thing. But so probably going to have to get rid of these guys, unfortunately. I really don't have anywhere to put them if they're going to get that big and eat plants. I thought maybe they were going to get 4 or 5 inches, you know, but that's 12 inches is obviously too big. If I had a cichlid tank, I might put them in there and try that, but I don't. That's another project to come. So maybe J Fletch will get them, maybe not. Either way, it's going to be done awesomely. And that guy's getting huge. He's getting gigantic. So, but yeah, Java moss looking wicked, guys, and the Riccia moss looking really good in this tank. And this tank's coming along really nice, I have to say. Coming along really nice. Just a few more plantings to do, you know, clippings, changes, replantings, things like that. The hardscape is done. You can't even see the wood and the rocks on this side because the reppins is just going ape poop. So yeah, there it is, guys. Short video. Thursday, bringing it at you, guys. Quick update on the planted tanks in the living room. 40, 33 long. This side's looking a lot bare, but it's coming along. Look how look at the Cuban Ludwigia. It's looking monster, guys. There it is. Thanks for watching. J Fletch Tanks, Mr. Mom Tanks, you guys know the rest. Peace.